Bonjour, mes amis, and welcome back to the Cheltenham Exchange. Do you like that, Ian?
I did.
Yeah, welcome back to the Cheltenham Exchange and our November meeting preview. It's currently Wednesday night. I'm holed away in my country retreat. What do you reckon, lads? Country retreat.
Yeah, very nice, OJ.
Pembach, when you want somewhere to stay.
That's where all our money's gone.
So, yes, November meeting. Exciting times. We've got a full crew. Alex, Bossman, Matty, and Johnny. How are we all doing, boys? Everything okay?
All good, OJ.
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Good. Excited for the weekend, indeed. Before we get into things, a couple of things we wanted to mention. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we hit 1,500 YouTube subscribers. So it's a little bit of a landmark for ourselves. I don't think we ever sort of envisaged that when we set out. So thanks to each and every one of you. And any of you who aren't yet subscribed, remember to press that subscribe button. No, that's not the subscribe button, is it? Anyway, click on subscribe. It doesn't cost anything.
And press the like.
And the like. And the share.
And drop us a comment with your nap for the weekend as well.
Oh, good idea. I like that, Alex. Like that. So, yeah. So thanks to everybody who's already subscribed, and long may it continue. Secondly, our Johnny Dineen interview from 3 weeks ago, was it? Something like that.
Yep.
Going along very nicely. Over 5,500 views or something, is it, Ian? It's our second most popular video so far. So thank you to Johnny, and thanks for everyone who's watched it. And yeah, we've had some decent comments on there, actually. So if you haven't seen that yet, it's well worth a watch, in our opinion. And it was good fun.
It was
Let's drag the words out of Johnny. Okay, so lads, anything you want to get into before we start? Anything you want to moan about, or anything caught your eye, really got you excited? Johnny, Will Mount, were you excited by Will Mount the other day?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it looked really, really good. Looking forward to seeing him next time in a better race now.
Was impressive.
He was very impressive.
Lovely. And the old horses to follow for the season, they're doing all right. We got a bit of grief, didn't we, about prices, but bearing in mind we put them up in September and you don't know what race they're going to run in. It's not like you can guarantee 10-1 shots in every race. But on the whole,
all the way from Australia.
Yeah. Tops off. But yeah, no, doing very well there, boys. Well done. Okay, so November meeting time. Decks were in this morning for Friday's races, so we'll have a bit of a more detailed look at Friday's racing, and then we'll probably have a look at some of the main races for Saturday and Sunday, in the hope that whatever we pick out will be running. And I'm going to make a conscious effort to do less of the old Wayne Rooney business tonight. So give me a wave if I'm doing too much in, lads. Right. That's enough of that waffle. Friday's racing. So opening race is the conditional jockeys, handicap hurdle, and I think we decided to skip that one altogether, didn't we? Nobody's
too tough, okay, that one too tough.
I think there was 37 horses or something declared. Half the field was cut, I think, because so we'll give that one a miss, and we'll go straight into the 145 race, the mucking brilliant Paddy Power Handicap Chase, Class 2, over 2 miles. We're at Cheltenham. We've got to kick off with Alex. Come on, Al. You can kick off first race for us, mate. What are you thinking?
Will do. So, I mean, it's not a particularly strong fancy from me, but I'll be siding with Dan Skelton's Walking Clover. I thought she ran quite a nice race in that Class 2 Novices chase back in October when my mate Mozzie won. I mean, he's like a 140 horse. And then the other two horses in the race were sort of mid 130s. Now she's back in a handicap. I think she's got a good chance. She'll be running off 121, I think it is. 14 to 1, I think the best price is at the moment, which is, I think it's a solid each way play. She's actually only £3 higher than when she won here in April. And if I remember rightly, when she won here in April, she was actually a few pounds out of the handicap as well. So probably a very similar mark. So, I mean, I'd be happy to take a chance on her because I don't particularly fancy anything ahead of her in the market. But it's not a particularly confident selection, just more of an each way play from me.
Same jockey who's on in April as well.
Yeah, Lamer as well.
Lovely. Nice one to kick us off. Johnny, got one in here?
Yeah, I'm a bit like Alex, really, with a tentative selection in this one. I think it's a bit of a trappy race, to be honest with you. So I'm sort of sticking with one that I've put up before in one of these meetings, and that's Guy for the Twiston Davises. He's got stables in quite good form at the moment. I think he's got a 30% strike rate over the last 14 days, which is pretty good. Obviously, he does well at Cheltenham. He put some decent runners out here. I'm not entirely sure that this is the course for Guy, to be honest with you. He's had a couple of spins here. He's not managed to place yet. But I just think at 9, 10 to 1 each way, he's in with a sniff this time. He's been dropped £1 for his last run from here last month. So, yeah, a little bit of a chancy one, but I'm going to go Guy each way.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Johnny. Guy. Matty, what are you thinking to this one, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit more stronger than tentative for me in this one. I mean, Alex and John have both put one up. I quite like Triple Trade here, trained by Joe Tizard. He ran behind. Was when dancing on my own one at the October showcase meeting when Haddock's Day both fell at the last. I rewatched the race before. He travelled quite well through the majority of the race. He ran in snatches between 3 and 4 out. I think that's just because he got slightly outpaced. Jumping was pretty good throughout, apart from the second last where he was a bit sketchy over, but he managed to get away from it. And then he stayed on well at the hill. He's been nudged up £1 from 129 to 130, which I think is quite lenient for a run full of promise. And on the back of rewatching it earlier on at 5 to 1, he's going to be a win-only bet for me. I think he's a great price.
Fantastic. Looking good so far, boys. Rain Man, come on, box it off for us.
Not a great lot, OJ, to be honest. I haven't got real selection, but funny enough, the two that I really looked at was the one that Johnny's picked out, one that Matty's picked out was Guy in Triple Trade. I think there's only from the previous race they had, I think there's only a couple of pounds in it in regards to the lengths. But to me, I think Triple Trade seems to want further and has done better over 2 mile 2 and 2 mile 4 previously. So he's back over 2 miles. So I'd probably favour Guy that way. I even looked at Calico, but if you really want to pick form or look at form, I know he's got form with John Bond in the past. I think he was beating 5.5 lengths at Warwick before the festival. That race really gave him a fright. But I think he fell at Aintree when they raced each other again. But in that race, I think it was Marvel de Cersei of Fusane that have come back out since and have both been whooped. So that really doesn't give Calico that sort of good back form. So no real selection, OJ, but I would say just to keep an eye on the two that the guys said, Guy in Triple Trade.
Okay. So no elite selection for you, Ian.
I'm afraid not.
Guy for Johnny, Triple Trade for Matty, and it was the Skeltonals. Walking Clover for Alex. Lovely. Okay, moving on to the 220 race. SSS Super Alloys Arkle Challenge Trophy Trial Novices Chase. 2 miles. Only 4 runners, unfortunately. Declarations weren't as awe-inspiring as maybe we could have hoped. Go on, Johnny. Lead the way.
Thank you very much, OJ. I mean, this is supposed to be an Arkle trial, isn't it? But do you think any of these are going to get near an Arkle in March? Probably not. Nope. It's really disappointing turnout now. Now a few of the others have dropped out with the declarations. So I'm literally basing this purely on his Chase debut. And I did back him Ante-Post a couple of days ago at 11-2, and he's now 6-4 favourite, and that's JPR1. I was actually quite impressed with him on his debut. He jumped and travelled really well. And he looked to have more up his sleeve to me on that occasion. He's got a few pounds to find with the others on hurdles form, but to me, he already looks a better chaser than a hurdler. So I think he's going to take all the beating on Friday in this one.
Nice to get on at 11-2 then.
Cool, yeah.
Like that, Johnny. Good move.
Yeah, I took a bit of a stab because I looked at some of the others and we weren't sure if they were going to run really. So I think I backed him each way at that price as well. So it's a bit of a bet to nothing now, isn't it?
Love it. Love it. Ian.
Right, in my notes, OJ, I've put another poxy race to start with. So obviously, because you said about the field and being cut up, by default, really, I'm going to go with JPR1, but I'll go through the rest of the field first. I've got Petit Tonnerre. His last win was over hurdles, and I think it was Market Raisin back in February 2022 in the Class 3. On Public has won his beginner's chase at Weatherby, but didn't really do that much over hurdles, if you can count that. Mighty Tom was beaten 10 lengths on chase debut by Let's Be Clear About It. So basically, that just leaves JPR1. One on chase debut beating Monvier and ICO. And of course, JPR1 over hurdles has got some form as well. Second behind, That's All Right, Gino in 2021. And of course, was fifth behind Constitution Hill and the Supreme 2022. So some Cheltenham form, but really by default, I know it's a short price, but I can't see anything beating JPR1.
Similar to Johnny then. Love it. Alex, JPR1.
Yeah, I'll keep it simple. Copy and paste what those two have said. I'll stick with JPR1 as well. No need to stretch it out.
Love it. Thank you. And Matty's going to be enthused about this one, I can tell.
No interest whatsoever. Fucking ever.
Cheer up, man.
I know what you mean, mate.
I'll after if JPR1's the lads are going to win money, happy days. But I won't be part of any cash on this race.
Oh, fair enough. You've only got 6 hours, 5 minutes till your shift starts, Matty. You'll be all right, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Lucky you were. I think you muted then. It could have been a bit abusive there. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, a bit of an uninspiring Arkle trial then. JPR1 favourite and should win according to the boys. Okay, moving swiftly along to the 255 cross country. Galvin and down to work here. Some of the old faves. Go on, Matty. You can kick us off here.
Are you sure? It's another race, mate. I'll have a pint of Guinness in my hand and I'll just watch it. You don't know how fully wound up Delta Work and Galvin are going to be. Obviously, their main target's going to be in March, isn't it? I think let's have a look at the betting. I couldn't have Foxy Jacks. I don't think he's completed round the course. I think he's unseated and fell on 2 attempts. I'd be at a push probably when I've had a beer on Friday. I might have a tentative selection, and that'll be a little small win point on a back on the lash. He won the race back in November 2021, didn't he? Winning in 2021, but that's not a strong fancy. That's just, a tentative bet while having a pint, just enjoying the race, really.
Sean Bowen on. It's a positive at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you went for back.
Really enthusiastic about the race, aren't I?
Cheer up, Matty. Miserable.
Well, I'm enthused by your selection. I like back on the lash. Like you say, we don't know how wound up Belter and Galvin are going to be turning up. Go on then, Ian. Give us a bit more enthusiasm.
Well, Matty's just pissed on my chips a bit because one of my pick I found is Foxy Jacks. Funny enough, I take your point about Galvin and Delta Work. Are they there just to get a run? Galvin might be a bit better off in the weights. I think someone's taking £7 off, isn't it? I think it's Rob James is on taking £7 off. So he may be the better out of the two. But granted, Foxy Jacks has fell unseated at Cheltenham, but he's not really been since the jockey Galvin Browder's been on, taking £5 off. But he hasn't been out the top three on Foxy Jacks. So he has had previous runs over the cross-country fences. He did come third to Delta Work over the Banks course in Punchestown. I think it was November last year. So he does have experience.
That's not this course, though.
Sorry?
That's not this course, though.
No. And he's unseated and fallen. But I looked at some of the others you're saying about back on the lash. He's got his previous record looks like a countdown board at the minute with PPP. And then you got
that's why it'd be a tentative selection. Just because he won it in November 21.
Diesel Dalier, I'm not sure. So he's not had a great record recently at Cheltenham. Something Musical Slave again. It's got a lot of pulled ups. So there's not much to go on, but I'm going to go with Foxy Jacks to get the win.
Love it. Thank you very much. Well, I know what Johnny's going. Go on, Alex.
This race has my probably my bet of the day in this, actually. And it is, you'll be very happy with this, it is Back on the Lash. First thing I want to say about this race is this race, the cross country at Cheltenham, should always be a handicap. Even at the festival, it should go back to being a handicap. It's such a much better race when it is a handicap. Like, we don't want these Grade 1 horses coming over and just mopping them up. Like, make it a proper handicap like it used to be. And then maybe those Grade 1 horses like Conflated and Delta Work and all that can then actually run in the race. They should actually go in. So, little rant from me. So yeah, my selection's Back on the Lash. I think Delta Work could be carrying too much weight. It'll be very similar to January this year when he was third in the handicap at the cross country. I think Galvin won't like the ground because he only really likes good or good to soft ground, and it'll be a little bit wetter than that. It usually tends to be wetter on the cross country course than anywhere else at Cheltenham as well. So if it's good to soft, normally it'll be soft on the cross country. So bit of a pointer there. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Back on the Lash. His record in these handicap cross-country races, he's had a win, a fifth, another win. He's actually £2 lower than when he won the cross-country in January, which is obviously handicap as well. He had a little pipe opener at Exeter last month. I think he's coming here to scoot on home. Back on the Lash. 7-1. Let's get stuck in.
Get in. And then when it wins, get onto the BHA.
Oh, I will. Make it a handicap. It should be a handicap.
Yes. Love it.
If you disagree with me, tell me in the comments and I'll fight you in there.
Yeah.
We're a keyboard warrior.
Go and see him on the weekend. Go and see Alex. Tell him why.
No, don't do that.
Go on, Johnny. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I'll be with Matty at the bar in this race. I really couldn't give a shit. It's just the same old faces, isn't it? As the last few years, apart from Galvin didn't go, did he, in this last year? But it's just the same old horses taking each other on all the time. Like, I mean, I hope Galvin wins because I like Galvin a lot. But I'll probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 pints down by now. I'll probably have a few quid each way on one of the 16-to-1 shots, like Musical Slave or Du Vivant, the Oliver Greenall one. I just think Summit with a low weight will probably pick Delta Work again. So, yeah, I think I'll just probably pick Summit on the day, but I hope Galvin wins, really.
Okay. So in the bar, but Back on the Lash. Alex's bet of the day.
Oh, definitely my bet of the day.
Oh, definitely bet of the day. Oh, even
100%.
better. Even better. Love it. Sean Bowen, I got to say, did anybody see that ride Sean Bowen got up on the line at Lingfield yesterday?
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Crazy, wasn't it?
It was. If that's got to get right in a month, I think, so far, surely. Good jockey. Righty-ho. 3:30 race. Trusted Trader, Novices Hurdle, Grade 2. 2 mile 5 furlong. I know you haven't started yet, Ian. You haven't started a race for us, and you're the boss man. But I got to start with Johnny because his horse to follow for the season's here. So we got to go to Johnny. Sorry, boss man.
No,
yeah, I'll be short and sweet really on this because it's already been said on other videos. But yeah, like you say, OJ, I put up Captain Teague as one of my 2 hurdlers to follow. He looked very impressive on his debut, so I'm obviously going to stick with him. It's probably a no-bet race now, isn't it, because of the price? I think he's 4 to 6. So unless you get any sort of 365 boost on the day, which you might do, it might be worth having a few quid on that. But, you know, if he wants to come back here in March, in whether it's the Ballymore or Supreme or whatever, he's got to be taking care of this bunch. So, yeah, I'm with Captain Teague all the way. I think he'll win.
So it'll be a very keen watch.
Very keen watch. Yeah. Already got him Ante-Post for one of the races. So, yeah, just hope he sluices up in this.
Love it. Love it. Boss man, come on, I'll come see you a second. Yeah,
No, I totally echo what Johnny said. I've said about I fancy Captain Teague as well. And granted,
tapped in. Who's tapped in? Tapped in, Keith.
Captain Teague. So what Johnny said about Wonder Persian War. I know, granted, he's a novice. I thought he might have jumped a bit better, but you could see he needs further. And I'm glad now he's going over a higher trip, over 2 mile 5. You look at the bumper form recently that he was in when he was third. Lecky Watson, Queen's Gamble, and Canto Bruno all come out recently and won over hurdles. I think there was another horse called No Time to Wait. They're placing, and I think was third against L'Antique, who could be one to look out for. But yeah, definitely Captain Teague, and the form is backing up in his favour in a minute.
Love it. Matty, same.
No bet, mate. No bet.
Short and sweet.
He's so happy tonight.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, I think you know, Captain T, like Johnny said, if he wants to have a say in March in the festival, he should be mopping this up. I'm not going to have a bet. One that I have looked at, but I'm not going to part with my cash is Kimbara. I'd like to think it could go close with Captain T. But no, yeah, sit back. Another one where I'll just enjoy the race. Hopefully, watch a superstar in the making. If Captain Teague's as good as he's making out, as good as he could be, we'll sit back and watch it and enjoy it.
Good. Alex?
I mean, Captain Teague should win this. What I might try and do is try and find a bookie that's going to offer me, enhanced 3 to 4 places, and then maybe have a little go on the outside of Supreme Commander. His first run over hurdles, in his point-to-point, he was second behind that Weevil Court, who had a half-decent year for Nigel Twiston-Davis last year, including winning a race at Cheltenham. So if I can find someone that can do 4 places as like an enhanced thing, and you can get 66 to 100 to 1 each way, I might have a little pop on that. But other than that, not particularly interested.
Watching brief. Did we consider having our old friend Matty Veitch on to tell us, give us a rundown of the Big Doyen's running style? That would have been good, wouldn't it?
He loves it.
He loves it. Okay, boys. Yeah, so hoping for big things from Captain Teague. Beers and watch the race with a keen interest. Okay, so final race on Friday, the 4:05 is the Valda Energy Novices Handicap Hurdle just over 2 miles. Boss man, I've dumped you right in it, haven't I? I've left you out, neglected you, but this is your moment to shine.
No, go to Matty first and then come to me. And there's a reason why.
Ooh. So he's giving it up now.
Is it because you can say you don't want to bet either?
Yeah.
Is this you two got an elite WhatsApp group going on here?
No, this is Matty's bet of the day.
Is this because I've said it's my? Is this because it's my bet of the day? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sell us on it, Matt.
Yeah.
Come on, Matty.
Well, I've sold myself on it, so it doesn't matter whether I sell anyone else on it. Imposed Toit, is it, or imposed Toy? I don't know how you pronounce it. Available at 11 to 4. It's JP McManus horse, and it's trained by Ian's favourite trainer, Nicky Henderson. He's 5-year-old, and I think I've been keen to keep him on side. I told you lads it's my nap of the day for Friday. If he runs in this race, because he is also entered over 2 mile 5 on the Saturday at the time that we are recording this evening. I rewatched his last 2 runs this afternoon. His second to Brentford Hope over 2 mile back in April at Huntington. It was a very good run, even though he was a beaten favourite. Didn't jump the last 2 hurdles very well at all, so he needs to improve there. His last race, though, he won at Ludlow in May, so that was over 2 mile 5, and his jumping was excellent throughout. On his second to Brentford Hope, he ran off 1:18, beating 3.5 lengths. He runs here off a mark of 1:21, and I think there'll be more improvement to come. Brentford Hope, when he beat him, was running off 1:14 back in April, and he's been put up to 1:13 after his recent win at Newbury, where he won off a mark of 1:22. I think 11-4. This is my nap of the day. It's going to be a win single on triple trade, and a win double. Sold myself. Whether you lot get involved, that's up to you.
With that. Yes, my apologies. That was bad planning from myself. I should have known that was Matty's race.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry, Matty. Yeah, Brentford Hope looked good, didn't he? So, nice one. Like that, Matty. Ian, come on, mate. Always mate.
This is the reason why, because Matty's, from what Matty was saying to us, he's sold me. I looked at the don't know, it went. So Matty has sold me. So I even just to echo a couple of bits of what Matty said in regards to his running. When he beat, I think, Egbert at Ludlow. Egbert has come out and won at Kempton on Monday. I think he beat Asian Spice in March at Exeter. And I think Asian Spice won last Friday. Brentford Hope has come out and won at Huntingdon since. The ground shouldn't be an issue. It's won and soft in France. So I totally echo what Matty said. 11-4, great price at the minute. Maybe put him in the double with Captain Teague. But yeah, brilliant. Well done, Matty. You sold me, mate.
GSI. Fantastic. Strong there in post Twaffer, the boss man and Matty. Alex, are you on the train?
No, not at all. No, I'm not on that train. Yeah, no real strong selection for me again in this one. But I'm going to side with Fergal O'Brien's Tin Tin Tin. He's obviously stable in great form at the moment. He was pretty consistent last year, and he had 1 win and then finished second in the other 3 races he had. One of the races he was second to Spirit Danu, who Niall Houlihan was very keen on when we had a chat with him earlier in the season. That horse is rated 130 now. He was only beaten a couple of lengths, and he's running off 112. This is the first time he'll be running in a handicap as well, and I'm hoping it's one of the ones they've sort of plotted and get a nice mark and then piss up in a handicap. I'm hoping for, but it's not a confident selection, just a nice little each way play at the end of the day.
Shrewd bit of plotting by Mr. O'Brien.
Hopefully.
Looks like it's about 11-1, Alex.
Yeah.
At the minute, I want to check
Yeah,
out what you say.
You can get 6 places on some of the bookies as well. So I think it's Sky doing 6 for this race, and then you've got like Bet365, Hills, and Paddy, all 5. So I mean, you can certainly look to pick a couple of outsiders in this and hope for some place money.
Fantastic.
Don't need place money, mate.
Al.
Just back in post Swar and have the winner.
You won't win.
Oh, I love it. Go on, Johnny. Quick before they start.
See that Alex is going with the old Fergal in the last there.
It's got to be done, Johnny.
That's what he does, doesn't
He
he?
likes that, doesn't it? It comes in quite often, that. So, yeah, I mean, I've looked at his favourite, and I did quite like him, but then when I see that Brentford Hope beat him, who is an absolute bridal merchant, it totally put me off, to be honest. Especially at 5-2 it looks a pretty competitive handicap list. So I'm just like, 5-2 is a ridiculous price. You know, I'd let it win at that price, to be honest with you. So I'm going to join Alex in a little each way shot. And that's Showman for Peter Farhi, who's about 12-1. He was 14s earlier, actually, and I've just checked now. I think he's as low as 10s with Bet365 as well. So must be a little bit of money floating around. The race he won over in Roscommon, the second Yates Star has come out and won since, and they pulled miles clear of the third. And then last time out, he was second to a horse called Conyers Hill, beaten ahead, and again they pulled a few lengths clear of the third. So I think he's probably a little bit better than what his mark is of. He's on 112 his rating at the moment. I think he's a little bit better than that. And then you've also got a claimer on it, claiming £7. So I think he's worth a little each way, bet at 12 to 1. It's it's a competitive race, and like Alex says, anything could probably win this. It's not cut and dried, I don't think, for the favourite.
Thank you, Johnny. Like that. Tony Martin's got one in there as well.
Yeah, you got to watch his as well.
See those odds start moving. Checking the 50p's all over the place, boss man.
Yeah, 50p.
Right. So that's Friday done. Thank you, boys. Some nice little selections in there. Couple of slightly underwhelming races, but no, we've got back on the lash. Alex, back on the lash. Look, that's a little beauty. Matty's better the day imposed Trois.
He is an imposed twat.
I am.
And of course, a nice little watch of Captain Teague, Johnny's big horse to follow for the season.
And triple trade as well. Wins.
A fancy of the day Friday, or are we going to do a fancy of the weekend, or what do we reckon?
Back on the lash, fancy the day Friday.
You're in charge, mate.
Okay, go on then. So back on the lash for Al. Imposed Trois for you, Matty. It's got to be, I guess.
Yeah.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Well, the best bet will be JPR1. JPR1 as a win bet, because Captain Teague's too short.
Okay. Boss man?
Good, I'll go with Foxy Jacks in the cross country. Challenge, Alex.
We've got a bit of needle here. Cross country, these two will be scrapping and these two will be pissed at the bar. Lovely. Thank you, boys. We're going straight on into the weekend, aren't we? We're not cutting this video up. Flying straight into
No, we'll just crack on.
Crack on.
I was going to get a drink up.
Okay, mate. We may as well carry on then. So Saturday, obviously we haven't got until, well, it'll be 10 o'clock tomorrow, won't it? 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the decks will be finalised for these races. So we'll have a little look at some of the main races on the day. Paddy Power Gold Cup. Bossman, come on.
You're not doing the Juvenile first?
Yeah, come on, OJ.
Come on, OJ.
Are we doing the... Oh, shit.
Go in race order, OJ.
35, Juvenile.
Bad form today. Oh, yeah, the first... I missed that. Totally missed it. Opening race of the day, 12:35. JCB trial Juvenile hurdle. 2 miles. Ian, you can still kick us off because I feel awful.
Okay, well, I've not got no real pick in this, but there's a couple that are quite interesting. One was Burdett Road, which I thought was quite interesting. The other one I think it's just changed hands recently, which is Balboa, which I believe has gone to Nichols from Milton Harris, which I think obviously everything's a bit under the cloud at the minute. But normally, if you look for a Triumph Hurdle horse for the festival, they normally don't have that many runs. But you look at the likes of Balboa, Gifted Angel, Eagle Prince, they've all had a hell of a lot of runs so far this season. So that's kind of put me off for the festival. But I think it'd probably be down to Balboa and Burdett Road for favouritism on the day in the 12:35. But I haven't got a real pick, OJ, but Burdett Road, Balboa will probably be the two I'd say to keep an eye on.
Keep an eye, we will. On that note, Alex.
What would you get stuck in?
Get stuck in.
Yeah, I'm signing with Burdett Road as well. He was a Royal Ascot winner this year. Also was third in a Grade 3. Went to Huntingdon on his first ever start over hurdles and absolutely bolted up. And after he bolted up, Harry Cobden, who was on, was asked on TV what he thought of the horse, and he said he did plenty wrong, but he's a good jumper and he has plenty of horse underneath him. He's confident he's a Triumph hurdle horse. So clearly well thought of by Cobden, who was sat on board him. And yeah, I think he could be potentially a very, very good juvenile for this season, which is good to see one of the sort of smaller trainers have one, really. So yeah, I'm going to side with Burdett Road, and I'm hoping to get a nice early price when the market's open and get stuck in.
Lovely. What sort of price are you hoping for, Al?
I don't really know yet. I'm hoping they sort of have a bit of a rick, really, and it goes off, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 to 1 at least, and then starts that and then just gets backed in.
Lovely.
I probably won't, but that's what I want to do.
Is it James Owen, the trainer of that one?
Yes.
He's been doing all right, hasn't he?
He's doing very well, in very good form at the moment.
One to keep an eye on. Matty, I've got a sneaky feeling you might like Burdett Road.
I do, yeah. And it's interesting that let's just look at the Racing Post there now, and Harry Cobden's already jocked up on him for Saturday, and Balbo was without one. Yeah, I'm the same as Alex. You know, as Alex said, he's rated 101 on the flat. Again, I watched his race back earlier on a hole. He jumped well apart from the 5th hurdle and the last hurdle, where he was awkward, but he still got away from it okay. He was keen though for the first 3 hurdles, and then Cobden just let him stride on as they approached the 4th, and they were never catching him. He's got a hell of an engine. As Alex said, he's got a lot of horse under him. I think he'll learn a lot from that race and hopefully learn to settle better. I'm not as confident as Alex getting the Rick in the market around about 5 or 6 to 1. If he's
probably won't,
anywhere near 2s, if he open, he's not that short. But if he's around 2 to 1, then I'll be getting properly stuck into him on the Saturday morning.
Thank you, Matty. Johnny, get on the Burdett Road carriage.
Well, someone's got to be different, haven't they? Here, so there's not a lot to go on in this race, is there really? And you're looking through them, and there might be one decent one in here. The rest will probably be in the boodles, if that. There's no prices, as Alex said earlier, so it's hard to gauge, isn't it, what they fancy at the moment without that. So I'm going to side with a JP horse, Milantino, who's with Noel George and Amanda Zeta home. He's had a couple of runs in France at Orte on very soft ground. So if the ground does turn up quite soft, then, these French horses normally got a chance. He put up a Racing Post rating of 126 last time, which, although probably isn't as high as what Burdett Road's done, it puts him sort of there or thereabouts. He was behind a horse called Jigme or Jigme, if it's French. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. I do respect Burdett Road, but that race he won at Huntington was a terrible race, wasn't it? There was nothing in there that's going to pull up any trees. So he's probably the one to beat based on his flat form, and we know he can jump a hurdle. So, he's probably going to, like Matty says, you're probably going to get, 2 to 1 max on opening show. I can't see him being any more than that. So you might just get a little bit more value with Milantino. So we'll see what happens when the market opens tomorrow.
Thank you, Johnny. Milantino and the other 3 boys all fancied Burdett Road. It's mentioning there, John, about the French horses and if it goes soft. I've not done any looking, but on the Racing Post website, I do find it interesting that Simon Pearce has got a runner in this race, and he seems to have put Brendan Powell on it, and it's a horse that's done a lot of running over in France, especially on very soft ground. It's just I'm not aware of. Simon Pearce is one of them trainers, isn't he, who goes to Brighton or all weather courses and plots at one and gets hammered in the market. I can't recall seeing him have too many jumpers, especially at Cheltenham. So I don't know whether it's one to dig into or what. Seraphic, who knows? Yeah. But it's seems like he's got Brendan Powell booked on that. What do I know? But yeah, Burdett Road, boys, and Milantino for Johnny. Thank you. Right, so having made another schoolboy error, were we doing the 145, the Novice Chase? Alaphilippe's running in or not?
Just straight to the Paddy Power.
And then
Straight to
best
Paddy
bets,
Power.
any other bets, yeah.
But I say that I'm quite interested to see Alaphilippe
Yeah, get stuck in there, Jay.
stepping up in trip. Be interesting to.
Yeah, I'm quite keen on Broadway Boy in that one.
Oh, go on, Matty.
Yeah, I'm quite keen on Broadway Boy. Obviously, ran behind Flooring Porter at the showcase meeting. I think if he can reproduce that run, I think he'll go pretty close here. Johnny touched on it earlier on, didn't he? That Nigel's yard's in good form at around about 30% strike rate. Sam didn't ride him the last day because he rode that We've All Been Caught because Nico de Boinville was on Broadway Boy. But it looks like Nico's riding Mr. Coffee, so it'll be interesting to see which one Sam picks. He's about 7-2 at the moment, so it'll be a win bet for me, Broadway Boy. Yeah.
Little bonus one there from Matty, like that. That is only because Alaphilippe had caught my eye because he's stayed over fences. I remember, was it Carlisle where he had his first run over fences a month or so ago?
Yeah, ran over.
Alex will be interested in him when he runs in
the Ultimate.
Alex will be interested in him when he runs in the Ultimate.
Well, that's what I'm thinking because before that Carlisle run, I can't remember who it was. Somebody did an interview with Fergal. I don't think it was Ginger Joe. Somebody on Twitter did it. And Fergal was saying they were going to try him over fences. Paddy Brennan wasn't keen. He preferred to keep him over hurdles. So he'd see how he went. And if it was no good, back over hurdles. But yeah, stepping up to, is it 3 mile 1 or something in this race?
Yeah, he jumped really nicely at Carlisle. He just got a bit outpaced in the middle portion of the race and then looked like he was going to be miles behind and just sort of stayed on past a few of them. And I don't think Paddy sort of pushed him too hard or anything. So, yeah, I mean, stepping back up to 3 miles should suit. And I mean, he was second in the Potemps, wasn't he, 2 years? Well, 18 months ago. So it's clearly a very good horse. So I'll be having a few pounds on him as well, OJ. We can celebrate together when he wins.
Woohoo! Love it. Okay, Paddy Power Gold Cup. Ian. Oh no, I did come to you. I'm all right. I'm all over the place here. Who should I go to first for the Paddy Power Gold Cup, boys?
Oh, definitely Johnny.
Johnny.
Why me?
I know, why not?
Yeah, well,
I think we like the same one here, Johnny.
But,
not sure.
Hey,
I think we like the same one here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably it will be, Matty, because it's one that we followed last year, wasn't it? So I'm going to stick faith with Unexpected Party. Followed him, obviously, towards the end of last season, and he ran really well in the turn, as I thought, but in March behind Stage Star. He got beat 8 lengths, did he, in that race? He's getting £9, so that probably bring him a little bit closer together. He won well at Chepstow on his seasonal debut, where he beat Nappers Hill, who came out last weekend and absolutely sluiced in. So his form's been franked a bit there. So I just hope he gets a little bit closer to Stage Star in this if he runs. Obviously, if Stage Star pulls out, then the weights will all change, won't they? So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, Unexpected Party, hopefully for a good run.
Stage Star for you, Ian?
Of course. So he's one of my horses to follow. I know it's not very original, but he's 92 at the minute. So he did win the Turners, and I think he won here back in January. I think he was carrying a monster truck that day, carrying 12 stone. Aintree might have come a bit too quick. But yeah, still 11 stone 7. So I think he would be the one to beat. I know it's not very original. One I think we discussed with Noel Houlihan when he was on, and I think Alex has spoke about it before, is one called Black Jerry. Could be a good each way shout of 33-1. Now, if Noel Houlihan is on board, I think the horse is 10-8 in a minute. And I think he takes £3 off at the minute. He's won a couple of Class 2 races. I thought 33-1 was quite a big price. So he could be one for the places in the Gold Cup. But yeah, so Stage Star for the win. Keep an eye on Black Jerry.
Keep an eye on Black Jerry. Yeah, he liked Black Jerry, didn't he? He said he made out he was a bit of a character, a bit of a hardy little bugger.
So he's not jocked up at the minute, but and if he does get declared tomorrow and he's on, then yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on.
Proper little fighter, Black Jerry. Talking about fighters, Matty. He's in the mood for a fight.
I'm the same as Johnny. I'm in the unexpected party camp. I'm hoping Staged on the real whacker hold at the front of the market and the weights as well, as Johnny's pointed to. I'm impressed with Unexpected Party last time out, and he fits quite a lot of the trends as well, where the real whacker and Stage Star. I think it's a big one against them that they haven't had a run in the last 35 days. If I remember, I haven't gotten to hand. Through the notepad over there somewhere. And I think one of the other ones, which was a big one, was 11 stone or under tends to be the weight that wins it as well. I know Johnny mentioned about the turners. I was looking further back. He finished 13 lengths third to Stage John January in Handicap when he was rated 140 and Stage Star was rated 142. We meet again here. Stage Star running off 155 and Unexpected Party off 146. As Johnny's pointed out, it's a £9 thing there. He's had a recent run. Unexpected Party. Napa's Hill was impressive the other day. He's 15-2. I'm going to have a win bet. I'm not going to mess about with any small each way money. He'll either win it for me or he'll, finish behind the big two like a lot of people will expect.
Marvellous. Unexpected Party for both the real boys. A lot of talk about Alex's favourite race, the Turners. Come on, Al, finish it off for us.
It's very boring, but I'm probably going to side with Unexpected Party as well.
Oh, that's not boring. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm joining the bandwagon. I mean, he could have gone for that Arkle trial because he was entered in that, wasn't he, on Friday? And he's obviously, they've sort of swerved that coming here, maybe looking to take advantage of that handicap mark that he's got. So, yeah, that's the one that I'd be looking at. And then one at a slightly bigger price, I'm out of a small each way on, is Harper's Brook. I'm convinced he's well handicapped. He would have won last time out, but he pulled himself up on the running. So, yeah, I'm going to have a small each way play on him. I think he's about 16-20 to 1 as well. Yeah, those would be my fancies.
Fantastic.
What you just touched on there about Unexpected Party, though, Alex, like you say, he was entered in the Arkle trial, wasn't he? That's a miles easier race. He could have gone there and won that. And he's coming in here racing off 10 stone 12, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They must think he's got a few pounds up in hand, right, to miss that Arkle race. Considering, I mean, it's not bad prize money in that Arkle race, and it is a dog shit field. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we just got to hope the whacker stays in, don't we? Really, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably 1 to 3 in that race, wouldn't he? 1 to 2 if he was in that Arkle trial.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Ooh, I'm getting excited. You get excited, boss man?
Of course.
Good man. Thank you, boys. Unexpected Party.
You'd imagine Stage Star and the Whacker will take each other on as well, won't you? And Unexpected Party will just try and sit off the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Pick up the pieces.
We'll be there.
OJ can't wait.
Can't wait.
Oh, excellent. Right, boys. Was there anything else on the Saturday, particularly, that we were going to look at, or anything else that you boys have picked out that could potentially be going? Johnny's got one.
Yeah, if again we're waiting for the decks, aren't we? But if Strictly a Dancer turns up in the 110, I'd definitely have a punt on him. He won this race last year, didn't he? You just think Christian Williams has probably plotted him for it again, perhaps. He had a little run round last month and didn't really get involved in the race. So I think maybe this is his big day in the sun again.
Oh, like that. Thank you.
The other one in that race, like you lads, no, I like under supervision, don't I? I can't see him running in that race because Sam's always rode him. And he's entered in the juicing on Sunday as well. So you'd imagine that'll be the race he goes for. Over 3 mile free.
Okay. Love that.
Ian must have one in the 255. One of his favourite ever horses is
Chantry House.
Chantry House.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
I was just looking at Chantry House. So he's not run for over a year, but they say it's a countdown board again. Fell unseated, pulled up in his last three. I think last time he won, he beat Santini. That was January 2022. Looks like he'd be carrying 12 stone, but oh Christ, I wouldn't have any confidence of backing him for that. But what I did see, talking about Mr. Henderson, he doesn't normally have a bumper runner, but I've noticed he's got one in the bumper in the 405. There's one called Easy Peasy. He won at Plumpton recently in September, beat a horse called No Touching by 4.5 lengths, and before that he ran over in Ireland. In Killarney with David Kelly, I think it was, beat a horse called Dancing Dame. So it could be, he doesn't normally have any bumper horses, but that could be an interesting one. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. What was that?
I thought you'd have mentioned Jet Powered.
Oh, come back, Jet Powered. Can't.
Not like you.
You've got his silk behind you, Ian.
Wasn't Jet Powered one of yours to follow last year?
No, I think I've back. Yeah. We said about her the better. That's but I'm not overly confident on Jet Powered.
But you like Easy Peasy? I think you said Easy Peasy. There was a bit of rustling. I'm not sure whether the old shower curtain was moving there, Ian, or something.
It's my little lad's balloon on the floor. I kicked it out of the way.
It's Kieran trying to peek his head round.
Alex.
OJ.
Have you got anything else for us Saturday?
Only other thing I was going to go with was mention Alaphilippe, but you've already done that, and we'll be getting our 50s on it, OJ.
Yes. Oh, love it. Right. Okay. We move swiftly along on to Sunday. Greatwood Hurdle Day.
Yep.
But before that, or no, not before.
Doing the Shloer.
Yeah, the Shloer Chase. 255. Of course. John Bon is going to run here.
Do you want me to go first, OJ?
Yeah, go on.
Well, I think if John Bon runs, he wins. But if he doesn't, I made some notes. I like Editor de Gite in this, potentially. There's going to be rain forecast. Nubia Negra, Banbridge won't like the soft ground. They like goodish ground. Dancing on My Own, I believe, one here in October. Similar sort of thing. Won't want much rain. Then you've got Edward Stone, who could be the threat, but he's not one since Tingle Creek. I think this time last year, around about December time. Editor beats him in the Clarence House by a short head. And I know Energumene won the champion chase. Edward Stone was 30 lengths behind Editor de Gite, who was in fourth. So I can't really see how Edward Stone can match up to Editor in the ground. So he would be the one I would go for if John Bon doesn't run. But obviously, of course, John Bon is not a backable price. So potentially could be one to keep an eye on if John Bon runs. But if he doesn't, get on Editor de Gite.
We'll be supporting Eddie, won't we? Friend of the show, Niall will be on. Had a nice little freshener the other week off a massive weight, wasn't it, in the handicap? Was it Exeter or something?
Yeah.
Ooh. Go on, Eddie. Matty, any thoughts?
I can't see John Bon running here with the what? When's the Tingle Creek? 3 weeks away, is it?
9th of December.
I can't see him running here. I think Edward Stone's the better here at 5-2. I think first time out's probably the right time to catch him. He's looking at, he seems to go well fresh when he's been over the fences. Field's not very strong at all for me. Banbridge again. Alex, what's the ground like down at the moment? Soft, is it?
Soft, I think good soft in places at the moment. And there's a little bit of rain forecast.
Yeah.
I don't imagine it'll change too much.
Yeah, I at the price there 5-2. I think Edward Stone's a great bet.
Ooh, Great bet. Throw. Ooh, I like that little great bet bit at the end. Like that, Matty. Okay, speaking of Edwardstone, then Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm getting stuck on an Edwardstone. I can make excuses for his losses after the Tingle Creek. I mean, obviously unseated at Kempton, it happens. That second Cheltenham on trials day, that was in the rescheduled Clarence House, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he was miles behind Editor Gigi. He put in a lot of effort to catch him and just didn't have enough to hold on to the lead at the end. So I'll still give him credit for that. And I think Cheltenham was just one race too many after obviously being very tired at the end of that race. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck on Edwardstone. I mean, the thing I think is crazy is that the third and fourth favourite, you've got Nube Negra and Banbridge. They're both massively ground dependent. They both really need proper firm ground, don't they? So I can't really see what the price they are. I mean, Dancing on My Own really is a handicapper, let's be honest. And I fancy Edwardstone to beat John Bond, to be honest, and especially at the prices.
Thank you. That's 2 for Edwardstone, 1 for Editor Digi. Too soft for Banbridge, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, if the ground did come up sort of the gooder side of soft, if you like, and they all 6 ran, I think it'd be quite a decent-ish race. But if it does go on the soft side, then Banbridge probably isn't going to run, is he? Which is a shame because, I do like that horse. But if he turns up, I just think John Bond wins. If he's got any, if he thinks he's going to win the Champion Chase, not the Arkle, Ian, in March, then he's got to be winning this race, hasn't he? Really? So, yeah, it's going to be one of them. I'm going to have to wait till the decks come out, but I just think if they all turned up as it was now, I'd have to back John Bond. I just think he'll win. A lot of the others I can never catch right anyway, so I'm not backing Edwardstone because he never wins when I back him, so I'll leave him alone.
Thanks, Johnny.
And likewise for Nube Negra, really. So, yeah, well, I'll be happy to leave it, but John Bond should win if they all show up.
Cheers, boys. Excellent. It's hard, isn't it? It's Wednesday and we're looking at something on Sunday and we don't know what's going to run. Don't know what the ground's going to be like, but we move on to the 3:30 Greatwood Handicap Hurdle. I like to move it, won this last year, didn't he? Bless him. Yeah. Who wants to kick us off here? Anyone got a really strong fancy in the Greatwood?
I've got a couple to look at.
Johnny.
Go on, Johnny. Go on, Johnny.
Well, I've been getting loads of stick off Mr. Wren for this, haven't I? But he doesn't know what he's talking about, does he? So,
we don't know what he's talking about. We don't understand him.
The voice of Ireland, my arse, yeah. But yeah, I had to get that one in. Sorry, Jamie. But yeah, I'm all over Lookaway in this.
Yeah.
I backed him Ante-Post at 20-1 after his win here last month. He's looked a different horse this year, and they obviously think very highly of him. And I think this probably was his target all along. Obviously, with a win last month, he got put up £10. But I still think he's got loads up his sleeve, to be perfectly honest with you. The only danger is that there might be something lurking right down the weights, but we'll have to see when it on declarations. I can't see one at the moment sticking out. I guess the biggest danger is Nemean Lion. I quite like him. I was impressed with his performance of Foss last, but he's gone up to 140 now. I think that's probably a little bit of a step too far. So I think Lookaway off that mark has got a great chance, and I think you can still get like 8-1 on him. Maybe the price has gone, but yeah, I think he's got a very good chance indeed.
I know keen on that one. Mr. Myers as well. Mr. Myers.
Yep. Mr. Myers, cock swinging.
He'll be swinging.
Have that, Jamie. Have that, Paddy.
I'm sticking to me guns.
Ian, come on, you must be on Lucia, hoping that is Lucia in here to take advantage of a handicap mark or what? Is she?
Well, I had a brilliant stat, OJ. I was looking at this race and previous, and I looked at all the weight, and it's going to be pointless, but I'll say it anyway. But it was obviously you saying about I like to move. It was 12 stone when he won it last season, and before that, no horse had won the race since Gardner-Bit Time 2014. Carrying over 11 stone, but I just looked at a lot of the weight so far. I know the declarations have got to come in, but I think there's there's only 2 horses under 11 stone, which is one is the Mullins one, only a matter of time, and I think there's another one lurking at the bottom. Hey Johnny, funny enough, it's called Tom Mullins. But okay, what Johnny said. Hopefully, the old boy will be swinging again for for Look Away. The other one I looked at, I think, is Dan Overall fancied this horse. It's called Knickerbocker Glory. Won last time out at Ascot. I think it was a week or 2 back. Won by 4.25 lengths. So I think he could be an interesting one. He's 11 numbers. He's got Tristan Darrell taking 5 off for the Skeltons. So there'll be the 2 I would potentially, if they're declared, there'll be the 2 I would look at. So it'll be Look Away, Knickerbocker Glory.
Tristan Darrell again. He was on Alex's pick on Friday as well.
Yeah.
Big weekend. Okay. Alex, yeah, go on.
I'm going to side with Harry Fry's Gin Coco.
Second last year.
Second last year. He's off £2 higher. I mean, let's be honest. Looking back at that race, he bumped into I Like to Move It, running off 142. He finished the year off 157. So I mean, sometimes you just bump into a horse that's obviously just massively well handicapped. He had a little pipe opener last month as well. He ran pretty well. I mean, he was 13 lengths clear of third last year. I mean, take out I Like to Move It, and he was a big winner. So, I'm going to stick with him. I mean, he's 11 to 1 at the moment, best price. You can get sort of 4 places each way. So, I think that's a very fair price. I mean, he went off favourite last year, £2 higher.
Gin Coco favourite last year. That's what I got there.
Oh, there we go, OJ.
4-1.
Gin Coco Alaphilippe double.
Oh my god!
Get him in the
back on the lash as well.
Oh yeah, we could do a Yankee or something, couldn't we? If we get a few.
Love it. Gin Coco for Alex and Matty.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why Johnny's sweet on Look Away. He was going on about that horse for a while, wasn't he? Until Dex come out, I haven't really got a strong opinion. Going off how much Johnny likes the horse, Look Away will be on the short list. I quite like the look of Punctuation. If getting declared for Fergal O'Brien. I think it won an Aintree back in April. Blue King Daru, was it? It beat by about 3.5 lengths. And the other one that I'd probably have a little play on purely just because I like the horse. Don't think it's got that much of a chance. Is Swaffham Bullbeck at 66 to 1. If you can get extra places on the day, 24 hurdle runs. 1-7, comes second twice and 3/3. Just finished 5th round Cheltenham before. Maybe I'll just stay on to a place at a price. Just out of a small interest, that one though. But the main one that I like would probably at this moment in time be Punctuation.
Thank you, Matty. Swaffham Bullbeck. Dave Cheltenham might be interested. He likes Stuart Edmonds horses, doesn't he? 66 to 1. I could have 50p. Could have my 50p's out for that one. Like it. In all seriousness, does anyone think Lucia's going to win it? Not, is she? Come on, Endo. Come on, Ian. You're the man.
I've not heard anything that she runs, but I think she'd be too much weight, even if she does run.
Didn't she run last week or something? It was very recently, wasn't it, that she ran last week?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it 2 weeks ago?
Okay. 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, on the 4th.
Beat by You Heard It Well.
And she was beaten well.
I find it a strange entry then. Because
they entered them before.
It's like the one shot at a handicap. Sorry, mate.
I think they were entered a while ago, weren't they, for the Greatwood and the Paddy Power? I think it was a few weeks ago. I think the entries opened for that. I think so. Maybe.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan. I know Dave Cheltenham, he's been saying he's backed for them. Is it the Mayor's Hurdle? he said, he'd give her one more chance and fully, if she did end running a handicap, he'd expect her to absolutely shit her. But she'd have to, wouldn't she, to then go on to obviously higher targets later in the season. But she's not for me.
Okay. Thank you, boys. So, Johnny's very hopeful of Lookaway winning with his cock swinging again, as it was so beautifully described last time. Ian's hoping to see a bit of swinging.
I'll do it.
As usual. Alex Gin Coco, last year's runner-up, last year's favourite. I'm liking that one. And Matty Swaffenbull.
Punctuation.
And punctuation is the main pick, yeah? But not a strong main pick.
Not a strong each way, but no, punctuation I'll probably feel a bit stronger upon declaration, but at the moment it's just that's the one I like.
Beautiful. Ian, have you noticed I'm trying to throw in little beautiful spot-ons?
Yeah. Not
great stuff constantly.
Even in the late as well, you threw in.
Yes. Right. Is that just about it, or anybody got anything else? Alex?
Sorry, any other bets Sunday? I think we actually.
Any other bets? I just noticed there's a Churners Open. There's a Churners bumper at the end of the day there.
I've got a fancy OJ for another race on Sunday.
Oh, go on.
It's a nice big price as well, 20-1. In the 220, 3 mile, 3 furlong chase. He loves Cheltenham. He's won here 3 times. Fergal O'Brien's captain Catterstock. Yeah, he's won here over 4 miles before, so I think it was nearly 4 miles. So he'll definitely stay. And I think 20-1 is massive for a horse that loves this course so much.
Oh.
I've got one in the same race, OJ. Well, if she's declared, I'd quite like Rose of Arcadia in that race off a really low weight for the Tizzards. So see if she's declared. But yeah, I quite like that one.
Love it. Captain Catterstock, that you were keen on him for something last year or even the year before, Alex?
I'll be honest, OJ, I'm keen on him whenever he runs because he often runs at Cheltenham and he often runs well. So
need say no more. Rose of Arcadia, Tizzards.
Yeah, one in April.
Don't you like that Found On, Johnny? Found On. And you put that up. I think you used to like that one.
I did, yeah. I put it up last year and it won, didn't it, round Cheltenham?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to delve into that one a little bit more. I think it was like a 5-horse race last time, so I think she managed to dictate from the front, so I'm not so sure whether this will be a bag. We'll see what's declared and have another look.
I'm hoping under supervision goes here with Sam on. The recent form, pulled up. I just love the horse.
What about Duzart, Ian? Come on.
Yeah.
What's that?
Duzart.
Oh, God, yeah. City Chief. And
he needs 10 miles.
Yeah. I thought it was quite interesting. Royal guys in this race. 12 stone. 10-1.
Needs to lash it.
Not going to run, is he?
No. Yeah.
Dysart Enos going to run in that maiden hurdle, Alex? Not going to run, is it? Dysart Enos got an entry in the...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it ran on Monday, didn't it? So,
no chance.
But, you see, prompting a little bit of discussion. How impressed were you?
Yeah, she was very good. I mean, she's well entitled to beat them. But, yeah, I thought she was very good. Hopefully she improves from that performance and maybe improves her jumping a little bit. You often get a few of these novices with Fergal that don't often jump the best. But yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping for some more improvement and that's up from that performance.
Lovely. Anything else? Catch anybody's eye on Sunday? Nothing else to talk about?
No.
Not the moment.
Good. Well, better Sunday, OJ.
I think we've rattled on quite long enough. We're all going to be meeting on the weekend, and we're all going to be
First
there.
time ever.
So yeah, if you see us there, 4.5 pints, half for the boss man. In fact, Alex
Driving.
will have 2. Alex can have mine as well.
No.
Yeah.
OJ will be asleep in the corner.
That'll be by the second race. No, looking forward to it, boys. Really looking forward. It should be good. So, unless I've forgotten anything, boss man, come on, put me straight. I'm feeling
No.
I've forgotten something.
You've done well, OJ. Everything's covered.
We're potentially meeting the enigma that is Ginger Joe. What do you reckon, Matty? Do you reckon he's going to turn up?
He'll have a cold.
What's the odds?
No.
Cup of cocoa.
Yeah. He'll watch at home with a cup of cocoa, won't he?
Oh, I love it.
He's meant to be meeting us on the Friday night in the plough, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
We'll
he
be at the
said.
Plough Friday night if anyone wants to meet us in there as well. And Saturday night.
Don't expect many coherent words from us on Friday night because we'll probably be absolutely battered.
I'm not sure many people have had
Take
too
on
many.
Saturday night as well, to be honest.
I'm sure people have had too many coherent words out of some of us right through since we've been begun. There we go. Right, yes, that's enough waffle. Fantastic. Look forward to it. Hope you all enjoyed, folks. Remember, subscribe. Don't cost a bean. Like, share, tell everybody about it, and have a great weekend and enjoy the racing.